This is a routine fake emulsification, and I just want to highlight how uh, maybe a moment of overconfidence did me in. So here I have put in my incisions. I'm making my capsular rexus with my bent 26 gauge needle, and that's a pretty good adequate rexus. It has been done under obviously, as you can see, it's been stained with trypan blue, and that's the completion of the rexus. Nothing wrong here. And then go ahead to my hydrodissection. Make sure that the hydrodissection is okay. I in fact rotate the nucleus with my dialer, kick up some of the loose cortex as well, some of the cortex, so that cortical aspiration would get easier. Once that is checked, go ahead and start phacoing. Yeah, just aspirating the superficial cortex before I actually. It's not a very hard cataract, so I have got only a dialer in my left hand. So, however, I am doing the vertical chops. It's hard enough to do that. So the first chop, not that great because I strayed into a softer area. It's very important to keep within the harder inner core nucleus for chops. That's it. So that's done. We do have two heminuclei, and then I'm making the other chops. So don't repeat the first mistake. I usually like to make all my segments and then emulsify the fragments. Sometimes I just do it this way. So everything fine so far. And now, since everything was going on well, I decided this is something that is a very useful thing. It speeds up the surgery, but you have to be a little careful. So I'm with my irrigation aspiration mode. I'm taking off the first the epinucleus, and then even the cortex. And sometimes the cortex is very adherent and maybe not such a good idea. However, everything is going very well. My parameters are pretty low, so I mean, it's a regular uh, irrigation aspiration parameters, 250 vacuum and around 20 ml flow rate. So it's a pretty safe parameter, and that's why it takes time to aspirate the sticky cortex. So everything went on fine, and I said, okay, let me finish off. So here, yeah, it's aspirated, and now I decide, no, this is not such a great idea, better come out, because it is, now it's no more. And I came out, and then what do I see? I have actually ruptured the posterior capsule. I didn't even notice it. Had I noticed it, I wouldn't have come out abruptly. I would have put in some viscoelastic. However, there is no vitreous loss. I then go ahead and place my single piece hydrophobic IOL under HPMC, trying to put the leading haptic into the bag away from the area of the rupture, obviously, and tuck in the other area. So I have to be a little careful about the trailing haptic. Just checking. Looks okay. And now I first go in with dry aspiration, trying to take out the cortex. I'm only targeting the cortex away from the rupture. But other than shallowing the AC, it didn't do much. And this is a very good procedure. However, I thought since the vitreous face is intact, I decided put very low flow and help me in my. So I've taken out most of the cortex. There is some still over the area of the rupture. I'm not going to target that. I'm just going to leave it alone. There's very minimal cortex. You can still see that lens is very well in place. And that's it. I'm still wanting to check whether there is vitreous in the chamber. However, I'm not very keen on putting in triamcinolone within the chamber. And this is another trick that I do to check. Just put off your microscope lights, put off all the lights, and with the endoilluminator, you can actually, this is a very, very good method to see if there are any vitreous strands in the, and there are none. Just checking, you can see all the pupil is round. There are no vitreous fibrils anywhere. I have already put in my pilocarpine. I then close shop. Thank you so much for watching.